Hey guys. So I'm going to take a little look into the month of April. This will be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Sorry, my lips are a little dry. As always, all of these readings are general. They're for the collective. So if anything doesn't resonate, I want you to just leave it for someone who needs to hear it. And remember that there's never any gender in tarot. In some of the spreads here, especially the love spreads, I'll do a you versus them. So I'll pull two separate energies. The first I'll call yours. The second I'll call the person on your minds. But if they fit better in the opposite ever, just go ahead and flip sides. This is going to be a pretty long video. They're usually about an hour. I'm going to go over quite a few topics here, pull a lot of different spreads. So I'm going to timestamp it. It'll be in the comments and in the description. Okay. We'll start with the spiritual journey, where you are on your path, where you need to be, what those challenges are for the month of April. Then we will move into your career. I will take a look into singles for love, couples for love, and then at the end we will pull some additional messages that the universe wants you to know. All right. So make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you were subscribed to my channel before, understand that I had to make some changes. So this is a new channel. It's the only one I'll upload any content to, so you'll have to subscribe here to get notifications. If you need to book a private personal reading, that information will be in the description below, as well as the comment section in the pins, as well as my other services. I've listed them all. So let's go on the Cancer spiritual journey for April. I like to do these first because obviously wherever we are spiritually, mental health wise, our relationship with ourselves, it tends to spill over into all other aspects of life. What can you tell me about the spiritual journey for Cancer in April? So you have idle hours. Take some time out to lie on the emerald grass. The answers you need are coming. I see, there's a specific goal here, and we're putting in a lot of work, and we're not really resting. And we might not even be seeing, because we're moving so fast, the actual benefits, or it's like the grass is green, but we need to take time to actually notice that. But also the answers you need are coming. That's interesting. All right, so I will pull 4 separate energies right now. The first will be your current energy, the second will be the future energy, the third will be the challenge, and the fourth will be advice, and we'll clarify everything. So your current is the 5 of Wands. The future is the Hierophant. The challenge is the King of Pentacles. And the advice is the 9 of Swords. Interesting to have the 9 of Swords as advice. Excuse me. I feel like whatever it is that you're doing in the current, you feel really competitive with it. It's like it has aggressive behavior. Let's clarify. Six of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. maybe it's more of conflict, like mental conflict, where it's like your pride is telling you the only way that you're going to get back off of an investment is if you focused all of your time and energy just into that. And so it's like labor, 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 you know? It's almost that competitiveness within you. It's like, I need to compete to get to the top to make my investment, so I'm just going to focus completely on that. I'm not sure it's a bad thing, though, because that Six of Wands is there, and, you know, in the future, we do have the Hierophant. Clarified by the Knight of Wands, the Devil, and the King of Wands. I always love to pull the Hierophant and the Devil together. But here, usually it's on like a spiritual warfare type of thing, but I feel like here it's more that commitment paying off. It's almost like whatever you're doing in life, because this is not a relationship or something like that. This is like your life goal. I feel like there's a payout in the future, but it's a huge payout, and it brings so much confidence with it. But it's something that you're already, it's like an obsession. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, like, there's so much passion behind it. It's like what drives you. It's almost like you're just obsessed with what you're doing as a life path. And I feel like it couldn't be this way in the past because that Devil energy. Maybe in the past you used to limit yourself. Maybe in the past you didn't see your self-worth. Maybe in the past you didn't believe that you would actually have success. And now the answers that you were looking for are here, and the answer was, I need to focus on what I'm passionate about and only do that. Like, put all of my time, my energy, my attention, my love into that. I do see the payout. And it comes with this boost of self-esteem. The challenge here is believing that you're worthy, maybe not having to compete without doing too much, you know? Let's see. Because I feel like, whoa. Nine of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups. That's crazy. The 9 and 10 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. You know what this is, Cancer? I feel like you're competing somewhere where you don't have to compete. It's like there's no comparison to you. There's nobody to compete with. Your competition is yourself. You've become obsessed with your life's work here. I would say your life's work, because this is like definitely like a passion project, possibly a business. The success is already here and you're still like competing. But I feel like with yourself. And the challenge here is knowing your worth. You know, that what you're doing is actually stable, that it is actually working out in your favor. It's again, this work, 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 and not even taking a second to be grateful for where you actually are at. And, you know, it's like where you actually are at is the Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, no matter how long it took to get there. Like, because the challenge is really like this slow, steady motion. And maybe you're, you know, almost obsessed with the finish line, you know, or obsessed with being number one, not recognizing that you already are, baby. Whatever you do, whatever this is that you're doing, is definitely for you. Now, the advice is the Nine of Swords, which is a really weird spot for advice. I'm definitely going to have to clarify that. So, we have the Star, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Wands. Again, it's like, excuse me, maybe you know, the Nine of Swords is like an anxious energy. So maybe that they're just saying, like, in the advice is like, you don't need to be so anxious. It's like understanding that this is for you, this is your life path. You know, understand what I'm saying? This is like a divine gift to you. And to stop stressing it. Maybe at times you have like self-doubt. That's really what it kind of comes down to. It's like you're winning and you get into this committed, like, hard-fought energy, but then the devil creeps up and it tells you that you're not doing enough or that you're never going to make it. And you need to challenge that side of yourself. But there's something big coming in that I feel like is going to disprove it anyway here. You know, because it's almost like one is that you're just committed to freeing yourself from this devil energy, which could just be negative thinking. And it's like you're confident on doing this. The challenge is just getting to that energy where you believe that you are deserving and that you're already there. Because there's like, you know, it's like we're sitting up and we're worried about how much more work we have to put in and how much more we have to do and how much competition there is in this. But like, there isn't competition, Cancer. Whatever this is, it's yours. You have to believe in yourself. I mean, literal life path, like 1111. Like, this is so big, the devil's coming for you, you understand? So, don't let him win. All right. Let's move into career here. That Nine of Swords is there too, at the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Tell me about career for Cancer, please. Okay, we have a new cycle begins. Libra energy. Interesting. I'm going to pull this the same way. We'll pull current, future, challenge, and advice. Okay, in the current, there's that Nine of Swords again. the Empress in the future. That aligns with that Libra energy. We have the World as the challenge. And the advice is the Four of Cups. I feel like we're generally anxious about a new journey here. And the challenge is, closing out old cycles and starting that new one. It's like, literally the new journey is the challenge, right? And the advice, the Four of Cups. And I'm going to have to clarify that because that could have a couple of different meanings. But let me start with this Nine of Swords energy in the current. Knight of Wands. Page of Swords. And the Sun. I feel like the opportunity to do this, to take action on what it is that makes you happy is here, but you're nervous. I mean, the Empress is the Empress. It is ascension. It is moving to the higher self. It's absolute abundance. It's fertility, At the same time, the Empress comes with a lot of work and time. She's always pregnant. There's a gestational period here, so for the last 9-10 months, you could have been busting your ass, and now you're about to see the fruits of your labor, and you're actually nervous about this change. But I'm not sure that it's actually about the new that you're nervous about. It's that painful part that you had to go through to start this. Giving birth is hella painful. It is. So maybe we're kind of looking into past failures or the fact that perhaps we have to leave certain things behind to move into this with that World card there as the challenge. Okay, to clarify, we have the Hangman, the Ace of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. I don't know. I see you ascending by just changing your perspective about yourself, though. Maybe before you didn't have faith in yourself, or that something big or better would happen. It's like you were definitely mastering a skill. You definitely were taking the necessary actions, but perhaps you weren't actually seeing the fruits of your labor, and that's why the stress was here. It's like whatever you're doing here in money makes you very happy. And now it's about to be abundance season. But I feel that the challenge is that it requires a sacrifice here. And we're going to look into what that is. Two of Wands, the Hierophant, and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is looking a lot like the spiritual reading. The challenge here really is closing out the part of you that wants to sit on the fence, where you're like not really sure. It's that anxious energy. It's like closing it out and committing, to whatever this is. It's like it might be kind of slow moving, and so that could be part of the challenge. Is like it seems like this new motion is very slow, but again, there was that gestation period. And it's like the challenge isn't in the current. It's like, I'm anxious. I feel like I've taken all the actions that I can, that I've learned all the skill that I can. I'm happy with what I do. You know, I just have to close out this, I would say, slow motion. It's like we need things to move faster, Knight of Wands, and it happening. You know, that Ace of Wands, the opportunity just comes in like that. I do feel, though, that the world as a challenge is more like making a real decision. To fully commit yourself to whatever this is. Or maybe it requires you almost like choosing yourself and being kind of like selfish. You know, for some of you, maybe you have to leave one career to go to the other, and it's like a very serious choice. And once you make it, you can't go back. You have to be committed to that decision, and that could be the challenge, you know? To clarify the Four of Cups, we have Judgment. Yeah, that's what it is. Ace of Swords. Seven of Wands. There's a level of uncertainty. So you're a little guarded on, it's like, how to explain this? You don't see this coming, but this is actually like some type of karma. This is like a divine gift. And it is on a financial aspect here. With the Seven of Wands, I feel like you're just trying to protect yourself from failure. But there's some, you know, it's like a once in a lifetime opportunity being handed to you. And I feel like you are just, like, the advice is to go ahead and make that sacrifice. Like, you know which way you're supposed to be going here. And you do need to make a final decision. But again, your final decision is you. It's like whatever this new thing is, you know there's abundance behind it. And again, there's something coming in to, you know, spark that flame where it's like, you know, it's going to make you very, very sure of yourself and not ready. It's like you will no longer ever settle for less than your worth, King of Pentacles. So I don't know if this is like a new business that you're starting. And what you have to leave behind is a 9-to-5 that, you know, is like guaranteed cash, and this is a little risky. But I see you taking it and winning. The challenge is committing to it. It's going to be that choice. All right. I would do it though, Cancer. Definitely. Stop worrying. All right, let's move into singles. Turn this heater off because I'm frying. What can you tell me about my single Cancers for the month of April? We have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. getting some like Queen of Wands vibes. Okay, so for your overall energy, we have the Three of Wands, Seven of Cups, King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Eight of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups, like I said, Queen of Wands. For some of you single folks, you have literally been sitting around waiting on a specific person. It's like you have a bunch of options, but there's a person that stands out. And I feel like this is just a person that you talk to. I don't feel like it's ever went anywhere. But, you know, you're a Cancer, so you're intuitive, and this person started pulling back their energy. So there's like a really magnetic attraction here, but like when it comes, it's like the conversation turned almost into breadcrumbing. They're very stingy with their time and energy now. But you are attracting other people. So it's like you're still you're just like waiting, but it's starting to become clear that perhaps this person is not attracted. I don't see it affecting you too much though, because you're still in attracting energy. So if this person, you know, isn't the one, it doesn't matter. It's like you'll just wait for the right attraction here. But I feel like in April, it's like you're gonna figure out why this person has been holding back. Tell me about this King of Swords. Two of Pentacles. Page of Swords. The Chariot. Cancer energy. Ten of Swords. Knight of Cups. Ten of Wands. Nine of Swords. Queen of Cups. I feel like this person goes back and forth. They don't know what the hell they want. It's like they talk, it's like there's communication here, and they think about moving on from some type of pain and making an offer here, but then it seems too burdensome, and they just sit around anxious. And of course, they're seeing you in your natural light, this Queen of Cups energy. Loving, kind, sweet, you know, but I just see somebody who doesn't know what they want. All right. The most likely outcome here, we have the Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. Six of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. The Six of Cups. The Seven of Swords. And the Wheel of Fortune. I see you ghosting this bitch. I feel like you've already had some past traumas where people took too long to commit to you, or you feel like people have wasted your time and your energy, and you refuse to allow somebody to do that. It's like you again are in this attracting energy. You see this person as deceptive, and you're just going to close the door on them. Like, you know that they're holding back, they're not telling you what anything, you know, it's like there's a deceptive energy to it. It's not somebody who's, you know, like realistic. It's like somebody who talks to you as if, you know, there'd be some type of future thing here. It's like somebody giving you false hope and wasting your time. And I see you not giving them and not giving them any time to waste. Queen of Wands. I'll just get somebody else. It's like right now you're getting a lot of attention. And even though there's a pull towards this person, or where there was a pull towards this person, I feel like you're not letting anybody waste your time in April. You're more self-focused. Let me see if I should pull some advice here. 9 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. With the Fool. Aquarius energy, and the Empress is behind it. Yeah, I feel like I feel like there's a past trauma that you're really trying to like get over. Like, that's what you've been focused on. And when it comes to love, you're ready for a new journey, like literally ready. But the Empress, she doesn't even get off her throne to address somebody that's not acting right. You get what I'm saying? She would do this. She would just sit on her throne and just not speak and let that person just, you know, lose their whole shot. And that's what I see coming for you here. It's like, it doesn't matter if this person's not ready, because you are. All right. I'm going to do a spread on couples. What can you tell me about Cancers that are in relationships? Stay optimistic about your love life. Okay, so your overall energy is the Hermit. This is Virgo energy. The Queen of Pentacles. 10 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. King of Swords. 5 of Pentacles. The 10 of Wands, and the 5 of Swords. Okay. I see a transition. I see you actually being optimistic here. It's like, one is that we went within, learned a lot about ourselves, healed some things. Now we know our self-worth here. Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you are moving from I feel like the connection was in this kind of colder energy where maybe there wasn't good communication. Maybe there were some problems and there were some changes that were needed, because I have 2 5s here. There might have been a lot of fighting. But the worst of that is over now. It's sort of like things are equaled out. things are balanced now where in the past they weren't. There was a lot of fighting and arguing, maybe periods of time where you just weren't talking to each other. Yeah, definitely could be dealing with a heavy Virgo energy or Gemini, Libra, Aquarius here. But the days of hardship are over. It's like now we're in this 10 of Cups energy where we're actually emotionally fulfilled in the relationship. Okay, tell me about this King of Swords. Seven of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. The High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. The Empress. The Wheel of Fortune, Aries, Scorpio. The Lovers, Gemini energy. The Ace of Cups. And the Four of Swords. Not for nothing, Cancer, some of you are about to get to propose to. Somebody's figuring out how to do that in secrecy. Like, this person is deeply in love with you, and it's like, when they do this, it's going to change things forever. It's like whatever optimism is here, it's going to make it tenfold. Like, it's going to just completely renew the situation. This is, rest, recuperation, restore. But I have the Lovers, the Ace of Cups, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Pentacles. Just throwing it out there. For some of you, it won't be that. It'll just be like actually committing. This is someone who sees you as marriage material. They want to have children with you. And the most likely outcome, we have the Two of Cups. Hangman. Five of Cups. Ace of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Six of Wands. With the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, some of y'all get married. But it's also a huge win after difficulty. It's like two people who hit the mud and pulled each other out of it. It's not like some easy thing. I feel like this is someone that you've been dealing with for a really long time. And there have been times, that like really could have broke the relationship, but in the end made it. And it's like all that time and all that energy is about to pay off in this relationship. Two of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. And I feel like there's an inner knowing with that too. There's like an enlightenment to it that like if you didn't take the L's with this person, you would never have made it to these 10 Pentacles. In the advice, we have the Three of Cups, the World, yeah. And I got the Knight of Wands at the bottom. The star behind it, but you're going to be celebrating. This is a huge victory. It's happening fast. But I feel like it's everything that you've been like wanting and wishing for. Beautiful. Okay. For this last run, I'm just going to pull any additional messages that the universe feels like you should know about for the month of April. Additional messages for Cancer in April. We have path. Wander on the path less traveled. What you find might surprise you. It's time to take action and have faith in your dreams. Maybe your life dream is like less than conventional here, Cancer. And it is your life path, but it's one that other people don't generally travel. Very interesting. Tell me about this path energy. Okay. Ace Cups. That devil. Capricorn energy here. The Fool. Aquarius energy. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. Three of Swords. The Magician. And the Seven of Pentacles. You know, I feel like you have a divine gift for some of you. It came to you in heartbreak. Like when you were at your very worst in life. I feel like you prayed for something and you worked for it. And I'm going to say this, for some of you, I feel like you might be like a shadow worker, or you, like, your path might involve like the dark. You may work with people's dark side. You know, this part might not even resonate for everybody. For others of you, this might be, you know, maybe you had a trauma bond. Maybe you had a codependent relationship. Maybe you beat an addiction. Maybe you beat mental health. And something with that is the only reason that this new opportunity is here for you. It's like, let me clarify this devil to make sure I know what I'm talking about here. Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands. That's, so we healed something, you know, and this path, I feel, is a healer's path. You know, Cancer, I feel like some of you might do like root work. Like you might be able to work with people's like childhood traumas. Or you've worked out yours and you became really passionate about it. And now there's like this new path in life where you can help other people and it's helping you. Like because you went through this, there's a way that you can like connect and be vulnerable with people where like you understand people on an emotional level. And it, like I said, this is a gift. It's almost like you have, you know, this magic ability. And maybe you were unaware of it until you had some type of serious heartbreak that triggered you into learning this. You did the work and you've actually healed from this. But I feel like there's like, you're using it to help other people and somehow it's helping you. Like the return on the investment here is financial, but also emotional. Crazy. We have the Fool here. So I feel like you do actually currently have faith in this dream. Like you've already taken the action and it's like maybe in the past you sort of held back a little because it's like maybe hard to even explain to people what you do. Yeah, that's over with though. Yeah. Yeah. Justice at the bottom. This is your good karma. Somebody beat some type of, toxicity in life or some type of addiction here. And yeah, they use that in the correct way. I have the Fool, the Nine of Pentacles, the Emperor, the King of Swords. It's like karma paying you back. It's you beat something's ass and you're getting paid by the universe for it. It's like you took back control of your life, period. I feel like that for some of you, that literally an addiction or a codependent relationship that became very toxic in your life. And you are actually in control of your life now, and whatever you're doing here, this is your divine path. This is, karma being paid back. But I feel like some of you are actual like root workers. Like you deal with other people's childhood issues, their addiction issues and things like that. This is crazy good. I like it. And if that is what you do, just understand that in the month of April, this is the energy. Like you're getting that universal payback. Your good karma is coming in. Okay. That is what I have for you for April. And I'll see you guys soon.